happened to Melbourne, so I'm just going to quickly tell you. 2 years ago, it's only 2 years ago, 2 years ago plus 2 months, the brand Melbourne, with the business of Melbourne Football Club, absolutely was on its knees. There were very, very few prospects. There was declining membership. There was, in fact, in 2008, late 2008, there was no sponsor for 2009. There was declining attendance. There's an ageing supporter base. The average age is older than David Manere. It was last on the ladder, the Melbourne Footy Club. Perhaps the worst statistic of all, Auskick numbers. So when the kids turn up on a Saturday morning, it had the lowest amount of Auskick members. And it was $5 million in debt. And there was a perceived threat that the Gold Coast side, which starts very soon, was going to be called the Gold Coast Demons, and they're going to be wearing a red and blue jumper. So as a club, the MFC was almost dead. Bizarrely, the oldest sporting club in Australia, that's what we call ourselves, I don't know if it's true, 1851, the oldest sporting club in Australia actually had to create a storyline, which is pretty weird, isn't it? So we had to go into the bowels of the business and find out what storyline we could use in order to try and build some fame for the brand. So I did some research and discovered, if you like, there are 4 key strategies in order to build brand fame. And the first one, well, these are in no particular order, but icons matter. Iconography matters. Design matters. This I believe to be true. Think of any famous brand. Yeah, design matters. Importantly, in this case, that history matters. It would be foolish to just ignore the 150 years history of the Melbourne Football Club, even though the most recent history was dire. Language matters. You've got to choose your own language. Create your own language, or be consistent with your language. Create nicknames. Have fun with it. Those of you that know Melbourne Footy Club, we always yell out "Go D's." Everyone else that isn't a Melbourne supporter hates that. In fact, they take the piss out of it. They go, "Go D's." But for Melbourne people, this is a huge part of the fame around the brand. It's an extremely important part of our language, as there is other stuff. But perhaps most important of all, leadership matters. And you can create a brand story and create fame with outstanding leadership. What's really interesting is that in the fame business, the media is there to assist you. Because in this world, in the brand fame world, sporting brand fame world, you don't have to pay for airtime. Yeah, so the #1 expense that brand marketers have got to deal with, you don't have to deal with. So this really is a content game. The brand challenge is where the best storyline is. And the best storyline will give you a greater than what the share that you deserve in terms of media airtime. Yeah, so if we just talk about the Melbourne marketplace, 10 football clubs, you deserve 1/10 of the airtime. But the best storyline will get more than 1/10. And if you are able to create the best storyline, then you'll get the best engagement. If you get the best engagement, then hopefully you'll fix the really bad numbers. So what we did is we used the services of George Patterson at a very decent rate in order to assist the Melbourne Football Club with its storylines, with its iconography, and we tried really hard to give it our very best shot. But most importantly, what we did is we used this new methodology, this new thinking, where if you are in the creative business, it's not just about making advertising that costs a lot of money and it costs a lot of money to run. There are other things that we're able to do. So let's have a look at the next film, and then I'll finish up.
Demons have their own injury worries, but were today bolstered by a couple of inclusions, even though neither will play.
to announce that in a football first, 2 of our supporters will be included in our round 5 team against Brisbane. They'll be listed in the side, they'll train, they'll run through the banner, and they'll be wearing their very own Guernsey when they do it.
Pick me!
I'm Sam Turner and like a bit of beef.
Dean, you should pick me. I'm very good at tactics. Just ask my husband.
See it on Twitter?
No, I didn't see it on Twitter.
I just seen it on Facebook as well.
Facebook?
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook.
For 2 lucky Melbourne fans, this is the chance of a lifetime.
Welcome to the club. When you put the red and blue on, there's certain expectations of you.
Always a dream, but never thought it'd come true.
Tonight we have something special, a first. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the